I'll tell you a funny story, which I actually think has a lot of significance to XRP, okay? I remember I used to always buy gold from a very specific store locally here in town. And always buying gold, gold, gold. They called me Richie Cash. They called me Richie Gold because in order for me to buy the gold, I would bring in tons and tons of cash. Now, basically what happened, I decided one day to stop buying gold. I started buying silver because I started coming up with this idea, because gold's expensive. I said, rather than to kill myself and constantly have to lay out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, once in a while, I could lay out hundreds of dollars and, get, a silver coin. It doesn't have to be, it could be anything. It could be even a 1 ounce, or that's only going to be like 20 something bucks. Or if I bought a 10 ounce, it'd be a couple of $100, like a 10-ounce silver bar. And I used to say to myself, I can, slowly, gradually build that up to like, say, 100 ounces of silver, and then I'll exchange it for gold. That's for a 1 ounce gold coin, an American Eagle, American Buffalo, whatever the case may be. So the guy started saying to me, he was breaking my friggin' balls, just like the haters break my balls, just like the internet trolls break my balls. He goes, Rich, you went from the rich man's game to the poor man's game. So I said, what? He goes, gold is the rich man's game. It reminds me of like when I eat fast food, they say McDonald's is only for poor people, right? You're poor if you eat fast food. I am spending hundreds of dollars on McDonald's. You're poor. You're poor man's food, right? So they called silver the poor man's game. Now, I didn't really think much of it because to me, silver is just as good as gold. Look, silver, unfortunately, it's very hard to store. That's why I would exchange it. Like my whole strategy, and I still think it's a good strategy, and everyone could go after themselves in Macy's window, but I still think it's a good strategy. It takes the pressure off too, because a lot of people, they don't have like all that money liquid constantly, so it's so much calmer to go out there. Like I used to go to Atlantic City. I don't do it anymore, but I used to go like 4 or 5 times a week. There's times I would only win $300. So I would take that $300. I'd immediately put it into silver. That was my strategy, And when I built it up to enough where I could exchange it for a 1 ounce gold coin, I would do that. But the thing is, he says, you went from the rich man's game, which is gold, to the poor man's game. I think that's what's happening with people who buy Bitcoin versus people who buy XRP. I hate to say it. You want me to tell you the truth? Sometimes things are what they are. And, we don't want to accept it. See, Lou is trying to make XRP. He's trying to make all of you believe it's the rich man's game. But maybe it's the poor man's game. Maybe that's why it's so cheap to buy. You know what I mean? Silver actually is a real asset. Like, so in that case, I think that guy who said that to me was a little bit of a freaking stuna. It was a Mameluke. Silver, look, the only thing that's bad about silver is that it's very hard to store. That's it. Other than that, silver is just as good as gold. It's awesome, okay? But it's a real asset. It's a real hedge against inflation, against, God forbid, a catastrophe. It's the real deal. It's the real McCoy. Just another night. I'm not going to sing it anymore. You know the song, right? From Real McCoy. But anyway, XRP, I think, deserves that title. That's the point of this video. The poor man's game. Because it's very, very cheap to buy. And I don't think it's going anywhere. You might become poor from XRP. So I think that Bitcoin is the rich man's game. All right, I'm starting to change my tune. Look, people don't know this. I've always been involved in cryptocurrencies. But what I think is, if you're going to go into the cryptocurrency industry, you got to go with the king, baby. And that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin to me, or Ethereum, I think is very good as well. Ethereum is very good. Ethereum is like its closest brother in arms. Ethereum has the chance to go to over 10,000. But Bitcoin to me is like the cryptocurrency gold versus XRP is the poor man's cryptocurrency. It's shit. Video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. Videos for entertainment purposes only.